What's going on, Bulls Nation? Peck here. We got a live CHGO Bulls postgame coming up around the corner. Bulls nearly snatched defeat from the jaws of victory, but hold on against the Raptors, 122-121. Vooch leading the way with 24 points. Side note, Josh Giddey does leave the game with an ankle injury. We'll talk about that. Didn't look great. We're breaking it all down next on a live CHGO Bulls postgame. Eardrums. What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome into CHGO Bulls postgame, coming to you live from our studios here in West Loop, downtown Chicago. I'm Peck, Bulls_Peck. That's Big Dave. Bam! Bam! Rocking that CHGO merch. You look at that hat. Woo, it's clean. BWL Sports. Will the Go Gottlieb, perfectly coiffed. Will_Gottlieb. Bam! On the controls, the one and only queen, Katie Duffy. Bulls beat the Raptors 122-121, holding on nearly a fourth quarter collapse there. But they get enough buckets down the stretch, hold off the Raptors' furious rally, and get the win to improve to 12-15 on the year. Victory. 3 games under 500. Like that one. Just like we like it, right, Bulls fans? 3 games under. Shout out to everybody hanging out with us in the chat. Hit the like if you're hanging out with us on YouTube. Make sure you're also subscribed to that CHGO Sports YouTube channel. Yeah. Throw us a super chat if you're feeling generous tonight.
Why not?
Indeed. Brandon, screw that pick. These young guys need to learn how to win. No. But no, thanks. Great learning how to win night for the Bulls, I guess. Isn't that great, Dave?
Yeah, great learning how to win with Lonzo Ball being the reason you won.
And Vooch, don't forget about Vooch.
Oh, I wasn't. I was about to say him next.
So 2 of the 3 guys you're trying to trade.
Correcto.
Learning how to win.
Correctamundo. Yeah, they won. They won this game. The Raptors definitely didn't have the guys out there to, you know what I'm saying, have that game with them. But so I remember hood-wearing gentleman who looks incredibly handsome saying that R.J. Barrett was going to score 30.
Something about 30 for R.J.
And R.J. Barrett scored 32. So, you know, just being right again.
It's almost like Big Dave knows what's what.
Kind of thing. What do I know? But, yeah, man, I thought the Bulls did a good job being resilient. I'll say that in that fourth quarter. When Toronto was making a comeback and Grady was just going crazy with threes. They really settled themselves down, and they got that victory. Lonzo Ball, I think, for me, is the story of the game. First of all, playing the most minutes that he's played since he's been back on that knee. Had 8 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. Had the huge key three-pointer for the Bulls that pretty much put that game away. And then the pass to Vooch to give him that layup to pretty much seal it. So he talked to him after the game when he was talking to Mark Chanowski, shout out. And he was talking to Stacey King, and they were asking him, you know, kind of how he felt. He said, the coaches asked him how he felt when Giddey went out, and he said, well, you know, I feel great. I'm playing well. I could get another 3 minutes out of me if you guys need it. Mm-hmm. They definitely did, and he is definitely the reason that they got this victory.
I'm sorry. I mean, if did you want me to hit the button? You haven't even called for it.
You're right. I didn't. Studio B threw me off. Hit it to me, Katie. Bulls win. Come on with it. Bulls win. Slap him in the face. Bulls win. Give it one for Paul who says this Studio B. Bulls win. And one more for yourself, Katie. Bulls win. Come on in.
Is it the Studio B threw you off, or is it that maybe Big Dave is a little less enthusiastic about Bulls wins as he usually is?
You know what? I'll go with that because it makes you happy. It's making him satisfied. And also the Bears game is on too. So it's like a lot of that. And also it's a special guest in here. But we'll get in that in a minute.
When are we going to get into that?
After you give your initial quick take on the game?
I was excited. I'm excited about it. Okay.
That's what this is for.
I'm having a hard time reading things. Remember the other day when you're like, you know, can you do the thing, Will? And I was like, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, when you thought you were going to come over here and hit the button.
Right.
I was like, what do you want from me? But you're right. I mean, and it's crazy to think that, like, if Lonzo just plays to his minutes limit, like, the Bulls probably don't get this win. So I think what you said about the way that he played and the impact that he had, obviously was really important. I think he started 0 for 5 on threes. He finished 2 of 8. So heated up a little bit there, but just nice to see him impacting winning the way that we had gotten used to. And I thought he played really well. Vooch, as I mentioned before, also was outstanding. 10 of 17 from the field for 24 points. So yeah, I mean, those are the two guys that are driving things. Those are the two guys that I think the Bulls want the league to know are driving things. But yeah, I mean, if they don't get Lonzo up to 23 minutes, which is 3 minutes past his minutes limit, this game is probably a different outcome.
And I do want to talk about that Lonzo minutes played number continuing to climb a little bit later, because I do think that there is some underlying meaning to what's going on there. But Big Dave did just tease it. If you joined us for pregame, we said that Mark Stein was going to join us in postgame to talk about the most recent trading buzz and reports that he's hearing and making himself. Goat informed us that he had to call an audible because he's a busy man. But so we are going to talk to Mark Stein on Wednesday's pod episode this week. So stay tuned for that. Yeah. But in the meantime, we got an even better, cooler surprise guest out of nowhere.
Oh, out of nowhere.
And I mean, Dave, do you see this ad that's on my ESPN box score right now of this Bulls game?
I do.
Because it's an ad for watching college football playoff first round, Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern. Clemson. Longhorns.
My horns.
Dave's horns.
Not only my horns.
Joey's horns!
But they're young Spathers.
Spathers in the building.
Look at that was a hat throw.
Come on.
Say hi to the people.
Come on.
What up?
122, 121. Are you not entertained?
Oh, look at young Spathers back in the building.
I would not have had it any other way. Just like old times.
Yeah.
The Bulls making us sweat it out, fellas.
Yeah,
I thought we were going for our first overtime tonight. I thought they were saving one for old Joe.
For old Joe.
Back in the building.
Joey OT.
I was waiting for it. I mean, this team, huh? Just a fun ride that we're on.
I believe Joey's final words before leaving this space were, I hope the Bulls effing suck this year.
Through some tears.
Tears in his face, he said that.
I said that.
How are you, friend?
I'm so good. It's really amazing to be back. I've been busier than I anticipated since leaving, and so I haven't been able to come and drop by in a while. Yeah. And so I'm very happy to be back.
Yeah, we're happy to see you, man. It's cool.
It's amazing to be here. It's been I haven't watched all the Bulls games, fellas. I can't gotta be honest on that one. Thanks a lot. Well,
He's trying to be kind. He's trying. I appreciate you, Joe.
I'm gonna bypass it. I'm gonna bypass this one. You're okay. You're welcome, Samsung. But no, it's great. You know, I thought that maybe just on account of me coming back, the Bears would just say, you know what, you guys take Studio A tonight. And the Bears are playing pretty poorly anyway, so
they are.
Hey.
It's not like they couldn't have afforded it to us, but this is great. I'm really
Clearly, you've already forgotten about how things work around here, Joe.
No, I haven't forgotten. I was really just here to drop by and meet Katie in person and make sure that you guys are treating her nicely. And
They're not.
Well, and I warned her and gave her a warning not to order any Portillos without making sure that everybody was included. And that's by the way, that's not a joke at all. That's very real advice. Ask anybody.
Yeah.
And I came by to see
the advice basically saying don't be an ass. That's the same thing. Don't order Portillos without asking your friends or work people if they would also like some.
And I just
don't be an ass.
I want you guys to know that when I got here, I asked about Big Dave and Matt and Will, Katie, and then I immediately said, "How's Fish? How's Gio? How's Jelly?
This is
How's
true.
Anthony? How's Connor? You guys in the chat, it's amazing to be. I know I've seen you in the chat, but as my avatar, so it's great to see you again on the big screen. And it's great to see, like, you know, the little chat on how it comes up on Ecamm Live. There's just nothing like it. There's nothing like being back. It feels like no time's passed when you're with great friends or even family, I would say. I mean, you guys should have seen me and Big Dave going through the handshake earlier. But I don't want to take away.
You guys should have seen it.
I don't want to take away too much. I know we got Bulls fans hungry to talk about a win tonight.
Joey, before you dig in any deeper, I want to get your answer to this one question, which is really Jeremy's question, which is really like all we've really been talking about here. What was it? Who was worse between the Bears and the Bulls? Who's driving you more crazy?
Who's driving me more crazy? Well, I've been actually watching all the Bears games, so they have been frustrating. And my expectations were certainly higher for the Bears. Okay. But, just in typical Bulls fashion, I thought that maybe just finally we'd be turning the corner towards what I was hoping that would happen and them keeping their pick. But they just don't
want to do that.
They don't want to say die. They are sticking around. And that, to me, is very annoying. I can't lie. So, but that's a great question, Will.
Yeah,
you guys have an answer to that one?
I think you just answered it perfectly, sir.
I'll go Ryan Poles. That's my answer.
Of all the Chicago sports teams and or characters, he's the one driving you the most crazy right now.
I love how somebody already in the comments asked about the term paper.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Did they really?
Did you come
ask about the
with
term
paper?
Jelly ass already. Asking about the term paper.
I don't think I didn't already give Joey shit about that.
It was discussed.
Scratching his head.
It was discussed, and I said, in classic Joey fashion, I'll get you the paper.
Yeah.
I'll get you the paper.
I'll get it to you. I'll get it to you.
In classic Joey fashion. Yo, man.
It's not coming.
Hey.
Stop this dude right here.
We were discussing in a recent episode how my clock is ticking, Joe. So, you need to get that to me sooner rather than
That's
later.
That's even more dark.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the hell that is talking about and watching Chicago sports all day, every day.
I saw that rant about how if your clock is ticking, you should be rooting for the Bulls to lose.
It was a classic rant.
Joey, I just want you to know that about 20 minutes before we came into the studio for that episode, I looked at Matt and I said, "Hey, Matt, do you think you want your hats today?" And he said, "No, I'm okay. I'm good. Thanks."
Well, that was you don't have to ask him usually.
Yeah,
just get them in case.
But
let me say something for you, Katie.
That was this is number one on the list of to-dos.
Yeah,
as
you get the hats.
Bulls producers have the hats.
Get the hats.
That was my biggest.
He just threw one now.
It's my biggest
still-
piece
It
of
was a
advice.
happy throw.
It still was a throw.
For Joe.
And still a throw.
This is my Katie. I've never been over here before, and it's crazy because when you talk, it sounds so quiet when these guys are screaming their heads off over here, and so it is. I can now understand why sometimes when I was talking back there, they would be like, "What? Speak up!" But they are. You guys are very loud.
Yeah,
you're very loud, and I knew that.
This isn't news. We know this. Well, two of us.
I balance it out.
I'm about to say 2 of us are. 2 of us are loud.
Those are my favorite comments always. Can you balance out the goat sound levels? We got goat in the red a couple times at the bottom. Well, I'm only in the green
Katie's
right
always
now.
asking me to do, mic checks, and it's always just like, Katie, turn it all the way up.
That's good.
It's always going to be at the top.
Sometimes when we do
turn
mic
Matt's
checks,
down.
Goat will just whisper into his mic and he'll go, "Hi, Katie." And I'm like, all right, if that's where you want to talk.
Kind of right. Kind of not leaving there. Y'all like Jelly, 80 years from now, I'll get you that paper will be in Joey's eulogy. God damn.
Kimberly asked, "Who is this guy, Katie? New diehards need to know." Well, shout out to all of our new diehards.
700 of them.
And
Shout
old
out Patrick
diehards.
Norton.
But if you're newer here to our content at CHGO
Who
Bulls,
is this guy?
it's the one and only Young Spathis. Our long-time
Chatty Spathis,
21
baby.
CHGO Bulls producer.
21 Joey.
Day 1, March 4th, 2022, Bulls, Cavs, Tristan Thompson dunk. I think they lost, actually. No, I think they won.
No, that was the Bucks game.
Bulls, Bucks.
No, they lost. Yeah, the night of our opener. Our
they lost
CHGO
that.
opener, they lost that
that.
Bucks
But
game.
Derrick Jones Jr. had a nice dunk.
He did.
So that was
an amazing dunk, and that's when I bear hugged Joey. He was like, "Dang, this dude's strong."
This guy?
Right, what's going on?
So you remember day 1, which was the same for all of us, March 4, 2022. Do you remember what your final day was? What the date was?
It was September 25th.
The day Joey broke my heart. It was just
September 08.
Yo, y'all should have saw it when Joey showed up and Matt saw Joey. And
I got a video. Don't
into
worry.
his arms.
I thought he was crying.
Yeah,
It really
it probably
looked like
was.
it.
It was
You
a
might have said.
shriek of excitement because I didn't know. I mean, Joey was hanging out in our comments in pregame, and I was like, "Oh my
I
god!"
did it
miss
to
Joey.
throw you off. I
And-
threw you off the scent.
And
Huh?
before Joey showed up in our pregame, I texted him literally a half hour before pregame to be like, "Hey, did Jake tell you about our holiday party?"
That was a welcomed coincidence, and when I saw your name come up on my phone, I was nervous that Goat had spilled the beans.
Oh wait, so you knew he was
You
coming?
knew I was coming. I planned this out with the Goat to make sure.
Well
that
done.
Sneaky goat.
Good stuff.
Well, you know what? And shout out to the GOAT because I was like,
shout out to me.
I want to come. I want to come for a game sometime, but like, I don't know. Would it be like weird? You know, like I don't know. And he's like, no, you have to come. The guys would love it. But
that is the greatest Will Gottlieb impersonation ever. That's exactly how he does.
That was pretty good. I like that.
No.
Let me tell you.
You do
something.
it. Let me tell you. You do it.
I hate
It's
to tell
got
you.
to hate to tell you.
he hasn't accidentally switched.
You guys are gonna love
What are we doing?
That's a good one, Jelly. Katie hasn't accidentally switched her camera on and off yet.
Oh, Jelly must not have been here. There was one night.
I did do this.
I mean,
Yeah.
listen, I was good at some of the production stuff, the graphics. I was very bad at a lot of it. So I got a lot of credit that I did not deserve.
Because he taught himself.
I could not hit the cameras correctly. I would put myself on camera often.
Several
too often.
times. Yes.
There was a night not too long ago where the camera cord got wrapped around my foot, and I pulled my foot back, not knowing the camera cord was there, and it just unplugged the camera from the computer, and my face popped up, and I was terrified.
That's
and
tough.
Yeah.
In Paris, I stepped on the power strip and unplugged everything that we were doing while the show was live. But it kept going, actually.
It did.
Listen, I know that there's a lot of Bulls fans in the comments that are very eager to talk more about this win. So I will get out of your hair, and I'm sure that I will be back soon for a full episode, and I'll stay and we'll talk more about the game.
Yes, sir.
When we can get Studio B, I'll have to take that up with Jake. But I just want to stop in, say what's up to you guys, Katie, the chat, all you guys. Bulls win.
Ooh.
I love it.
Hit the like for Troll Joe, who's actually
right.
here.
Speaking of Troll Joe, real quick before we let you go, Joey, somebody in pregame was asking, does Troll Joe have thumbs as decorations and ornaments on his Christmas tree? And I said, I think Troll Joe might be Jewish and have a thumb menorah. Can you confirm or deny?
Yes, that is true. He has a menorah of thumbs.
He has a menorah of thumbs.
Because he's got a lot of them, so you have to
You have to make
menorah
use of
goes
them.
through a lot of candles of thumbs. So yeah,
It's true.
You got to
He's
make
a
use of your
craftsman.
thumbs.
He's a craftsman.
Speaking of all of those thumbs that Troll Joe loves so much, hit that thumb while we go to a quick ad break here. Do it for the actual Troll Joe himself,
Spathis.
the one and only.
The young one.
Love you. I love all you.
Like you
I love
too,
this
Joe.
show. I love this community.
Like you too, Joe.
Oh, all right. Well,
Matt's gonna cry.
I'm gonna cry myself to sleep,
Matt's
but I guess we gotta
gonna
finish
cry.
post game first. Thanks, buddy. That's for you.
Drill you with the hat
we
on
gotta
your way
take a
out.
break.
Something that shows his love.
Hit the like while I collect myself, and we'll come back with more thoughts on tonight's game.
Oh my goodness gracious, man.
Tonight's post game brought to you by our friends at Circa Sportsbook.
Sucker!
Pro,
Bow.
college, don't matter. The playoffs are getting near, y'all. Football is here. College football, playoff football, NFL playoff football. The app to bet it all is Circa Sports Illinois. Circa Sports is sports betting the way it should be. Circa Sports Illinois has high betting limits, low holds, and exceptional customer service. Real people behind their customer service. Bet on all your favorite teams in every game this season. Spreads, props, futures, even in-game betting. Circa has it all. Fun and bet like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at Circa Sports Illinois. CircaSports.com. Must be 21 and over. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
1-800-GAMBLER.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Right. Beer.
Beer.
You drink it. It goes down. You say, wow, I'd like to have another. That's right. 21 and over, ladies and gentlemen. 21 and over. Because between work, social media, and the choices life throws our way, it's no wonder we're more worked up. Coors Light celebrates rising above and choosing a chill mindset. Why not turn the Rained Out Barbecue into the Will the Go Gottlieb and the Will Purdue 399th annual karaoke house party? You don't want to miss 400. Or, after a tough loss, settle scores with the Ice Cold Peace offering. Make the choice to choose chill. Then reach for a Frosty Cold Coors Light. It's that mountain cold refreshment because when those mountains turn blue, oh yes, you know what to do. Cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged for a smooth finish. So when it's time to embrace chill, go ahead and crack open that Frosty Cold Coors Light, that mountain cold refreshment that is crisp and refreshing as the Colorado Rockies. Make the most out of your time to choose chill and choose Coors Light. Get it delivered straight to your door via Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/CHGO Basketball. It's CoorsLight.com/CHGO Basketball. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden,
Colorado.
Radio.
Rolling along on CHGO Bulls postgame. Bulls beat the Raptors 122-121. Thanks for joining us. Hit the like button. Throw us a super chat. Throw us a super chat for Joey. We'll make sure he gets it. Katie also just put up a poll. We know this is random. If you need floss, who do you think is most likely to have floss on them? Me, Dave, Goat, or Katie? Well, I know who I just voted for. Spoiler, not me. Wow.
No context.
Okay, so
Just no context.
Context is overrated.
Yeah, we don't need context on this.
that's right, Yarmir Yager, Joey, the one and only, here in studio, hanging out. What a treat
Chilling
that
out.
was.
Having
Oh
a
my
blast.
goodness.
That was fun.
Thank you for keeping that a surprise, Goat, because I literally
We've been talking about
that is
it.
the most excited I've been since this season started.
It's
It
true.
was the most excited you've been since you met Joakim Noah.
That's fair.
We've been talking about this since I saw him at the game. We were trying to figure out what game it was because I don't think he was paying very close attention when he was there. But it was the Jazz, which is like the third game of the year.
That was an ugly one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've been talking about it for a while, and I'm glad we finally got to make it.
Got to happen, man. And then, he might be back soon. You know what I mean? Come hang out again.
will
and
be.
do
Better
it
be.
again. So,
You better be.
yeah, it's cool.
Also, we were actively stalking Joakim, so like there wasn't a lot of surprise there. What?
Dave just showed me a picture of Caleb Williams on the sideline. It's rough.
Well, the good news,
rough,
y'all,
man.
is
It's
that
rough.
if you are out there, Bulls Nation, and also a Bears fan, our Bears crew is going to have their post-game show coming up for
Yeah.
y'all soon after we wrap up our post-game
Lance Briggs
show.
is out there.
It's
Lance Briggs
early,
is out there.
early
The
fourth quarter
Lance
right now.
Briggs.
Vikings up 20-6 and have it first and goal at the Chicago 1. So
But they did score.
I'm sure that'll work out well. Going back to tonight's game, though, I want to talk a bit further about how Lonzo Ball played 23 minutes off the bench, and including a lot of that fourth quarter.
Okay.
Clearly, Billy ain't tanking because he had Lonzo and Vooch out there down the stretch of this tight game.
He did.
I think we were talking in pregame about like, hey, the Bulls might be willing to take some second round draft capital in a Lonzo Ball trade, maybe even taking on a contract that has a year and a half left on it, as opposed to Lonzo's expiring if there is draft capital attached to that player coming back. And I think we've talked about Lonzo proving to the rest of the league that he's healthy as a goal for him and maybe also at large the Bulls this season if they were interested in, moving on. And you mentioned the fact that he didn't have a great shooting night tonight, Will, which he has largely proven on the whole this season, sample size wise, that he can still knock down the three pretty consistently. But all of the other things that he does, the boards, the assists, how many gorgeous, what did he have, 2, 3 alley-oop assists tonight?
Something like that.
And that one outlet pass he had to Modest, where I swear that ball was in Lonzo's hands for less than half a second.
Yeah, it was
Boom,
nasty.
little quick chest pass, perfectly placed out to Modest, who had broken out down court. And you see Lonzo and all of those things he does, and then on top of that, all the defensive things he does. The minutes continuing to climb, I think, is a good thing for the Bulls maybe finding a trade partner for him between now and February 6th. Like, they're showing the league, hey, not only is this Lonzo guy the one that you remember from 2021-22, but we're playing him.
Yeah, I don't disagree with any of that. I mean, the more minutes for Lonzo, I'm always happy with. Just one for him, period. Let me start there. Just for him being able to get back on the floor and play basketball from where we were scared if he, could even walk. So now to be out here give him more than 20 minutes a game out here off the bench, that's awesome. That's really good for him. And he's productive, when he's out there. So the only thing that looks different right now is his shot because it's not hitting right now. It's not going down. But just as far as – and also defensively, he's not back yet completely defensively either. But he still has that IQ. So he knows to help defense, and he knows when to swarm on the player when they're trying to go to the bucket. And he knows how to do those swipes and getting that ball and poking it away from the defender and starting the fast break. As you mentioned, he knows how to do the outlet passes and getting the ball up and to who is down the floor and not just with his head down going straight. So, no, it's all great, and it's wonderful to see. Selfishly, obviously, it's wonderful to see for me because I'm like, hey, NBA, check him out. But it's also just great to see for him personally. And just hearing him get interviewed after the game, I mean, you just forget how awesome this dude is, man, until he starts talking just as a person and as a teammate, bro. Like, it just makes you feel good that he's on your team. Like, when you just hear him speak about his teammates, how it's a team game, can't win without him. This guy was huge. This guy was huge. He's never wanted to talk about himself like that, man. Like, he's awesome. Like, Lonzo Ball has always been this kind of player. And, yeah, it's just great. So the more minutes that go up for him, the better I think that we'll feel for him as a basketball player, and the better chance for people around the league to see what he can do.
Yeah, I think he needs to be out there more. And, like, you know, I think the Celtics game where he closed and he was like a big part of that and obviously extended his minutes limit during that time. It was, I believe, 18, and then they pushed it up to 21 that game, 21. And then this game, it was supposed to be up to 20, and they went to 23, 23 and a half. So I think this is good that they're pushing him a little bit. I think it's good that he's like out there making important plays in important moments. Like, I think that kind of speaks volumes to, one, his impact, but two, the fact that he can still compete at that level and like in those moments. Cause I think that's really what you'd be looking for. I don't know that like, if I'm an opposing team and I'm thinking about trading for him, I'm not thinking about him as a 30-minute a game starter. I'm not thinking about him as the old Lonzo. Like, I just don't think it's reasonable or realistic to think that he could produce at that level. But if you got this out of him, like the way he played tonight for 23 minutes off the bench in like a playoff game where he could really give you good defense and keep the ball moving and make some threes, like he was kind of creating a little bit because Giddey went down, and we can talk about him. They didn't really have like, you know, they had Coby and Io out there, but like Lonzo was one playing point guard. So I think he obviously gives you a lot of those things. He was getting up into RJ Barrett and making life difficult on him on some drives. He's just a very versatile player. And I think in that role, that's the kind of player you want. But I do think that no matter how many games he plays, no matter how consistent he is for the next 2 months, month and a half until February 6th, people aren't going to forget about the fact that he just was out for the last 2.5 years. Sure. That's not what you're trading for him for. And then if you're not going to be trading for him for that, now you have to convince yourself that $21 million on your cap sheet is like justifiable for a guy who can give you 20 minutes. So I think it's going to be complicated. And to me, like, obviously they should be looking at trades and seeing what they can get. But like, if they can't get anything, like, should they try to retain him longer term and just like put a bunch of injury protections into the contract and like try to keep him around because he's making guys better. He's helping them learn the game. He's good defensively. He fits with anybody. Like, he's the kind of glue guy, even at this point in his career, that fits with any team. And like, why wouldn't you want that around?
I would. Kimberly, meanwhile, in the comments saying, start Lonzo. Who says he can't be a 30 minutes a night starter? Eco Bean saying, I hope Zoe stays. I wasn't a Zoe fan until he became a Bull. Now I'm sold. Kimberly also saying, Zoe's the reason I started going to games again, and as well as Io. Riley, meanwhile, thought that Lonzo was a liability in the first half. If you're just talking about him starting the game shooting cold, I don't know if I would call that a liability. Yeah. Now let's get to Giddey, who you just mentioned. Go, Rob, saying when Giddey went down, that's when Toronto went on their first run. Really, just one of those replays you don't like watching. When you saw what happened, Giddey was trying to get out to the corner to close out on a Toronto three-point shooter. I can't remember who it was for the Raptors. Brady. It was, cool. Good old Dick. And it wasn't the landing space that caused Giddey's ankle problem. It was literally he kind of tripped and then tripped himself, yes. And then rolled the ankle as he was on his way out to the corner for the closeout, and
was ruled out immediately.
Ruled out, helped off the court to the locker room, and Goat. This was confirmed that, you saw him holding his right ankle. That is the same right ankle that Bulls fans heard about on media day when we all said, "Wait, you ruptured your what now?"
ATFL ligament in
WTF.
his ankle. Yeah, I don't know too much about that. All I can say is I've had bad ankle sprains before. It is hard to watch that, and it did not look good. Even though he didn't come down on somebody's foot and twist it, he kind of just got his feet tangled up, and it just went. And you never want to see that. That's extremely painful, and especially when you've had injuries to that, those kind of soft tissue, ligaments, especially in your feet or lower body extremities, that is really painful, and it continues to come back. So I think this is hopefully not a huge deal. He did tear that ligament before. I don't know if it's the exact same part that he sprained just now, but clearly something to be a little bit concerned about. And hopefully he's okay, because that just really is brutal to watch. And like, he was playing so well. I mean, he almost had a triple-double. I thought he was impacting the game. He was team high plus 12, 11 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, and a block. He was playing well defensively, moving the ball up and down. So just tough to see him go down that way after he was playing some really good basketball.
He was. And you're right. You don't want to see anybody go down like that, especially with to the same ankle that he had to deal with during the summer. So, and the way that he went down, like, non-contacts are usually the worst, you know? And just watching him trip over himself and go down immediately and grab that ankle. And then the way he was walking off, just none of it looked good. And I'm obviously, like everyone else, curious to see what the report is on him when it comes out, because it just didn't look good at all. But I'm hoping for the best for him. He seemed like he was kind of getting back to himself these past couple games. He's had close to triple-doubles these past few games. So he's been playing pretty well. And, yeah, like, you just don't want to see that for a guy especially going into this season, not having a contract, and he's basically playing for that. You don't want to have that injury. You know who I thought of guys like Bobby Portis when he was here, and they offered him the contract, and you know what I mean? And he said, nah, and then he got injured. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then that just completely messed up everything for him. Not saying it's the same exact thing with Giddey, but just knowing that he's coming into this year on that last year of his deal, knowing that he wants one going into the offseason, and, yeah, to take time away from yourself off the floor to do to something like that, like, it just sucks, man. It really does suck for him, and I wish the best for him. I don't never want to see guys get hurt like that. It's just, it sucks. It sucks for him, man. And yeah, I just hope he's back out there. I really do.
Yeah. Couple updates from Julia Poe, who's in Toronto now. Just talked to Billy Donovan.
Go for it.
Post game, said that he re-injured the ankle that suffered the ruptured ATFL during the Olympics, which we said, and then added, Billy Donovan said that the medical team had not yet updated him on the grade or degree of the sprain. So we'll just have to wait and see. I'm sure they're going to come back to Chicago. Well, actually, they're going to Boston, so
right.
He'll probably get sent back here, and they'll take some imaging and see how he goes. But definitely would not be surprised if he misses time, because that just when you get ruled out for the rest of the game, like, immediately like that, it's just probably not a good sign. And then just since we were talking about him before, Julia also tweeted that Lonzo said he's struggling with his shot due to some lingering discomfort with the wrist sprain, specifically limiting his follow through. He often gets re-aggravated mid-game when he gets bumped or lands on it, which doesn't help. So something to watch out for, just because, like, when the injury originally happened, he was saying that, like, part of the reason why they needed to shut him down immediately was because if they continued to play and it got worse, then he might need a surgery, and that could, you know, last the whole season. So you don't like hearing that, but obviously he was very impactful in the minutes he was playing, and he did make some shots. So
yes, as Katie just said in the comments, shout out to Julia Poe for being hard at work up there in Toronto, giving us those updates on the night. And yes, you know, obviously I hope Josh Giddey is okay. Even those of you who think I have nothing but hate in my heart for Josh Giddey, I don't. I'm a critic of his because I'm a concerned Bulls fan about where this team is going and whether or not he's a big piece of the plan. But nonetheless, we hope that this is a short injury. No one ever likes seeing a player get injured.
Seriously,
ever.
Seriously.
Ever. We got to take one more quick break. When we come back, more thoughts on tonight's game. I do want to talk Coby a little bit.
Okay.
Who, you know, another shooting night. Mm-hmm. Did like some things that he did. He did get the free throw line. But we got to talk Coby. You can also talk on Vooch as well on the other side of this break. Hit that like button while we read you these ads and stick around for the Goon of the Night. Bow. Bow. Post game tonight brought to you by VeriLife. Looking for the perfect way to elevate your day? If you can't count on a surprise visit from the one and only young Spathis, at VeriLife Dispensary, they've got everything you need, from premium cannabis products to expert advice. Whether you're new to cannabis or a connoisseur, their knowledgeable bud tenders are here to help you make the perfect selections. With 8 convenient locations across Illinois, discovering your perfect experience has never been easier. Mm-hmm. VeriLife proudly offers a price match guarantee, ensuring that you get the best value by matching local competitors' prices on eligible products. Don't miss out on their latest deals and exclusive offers only at VeriLife Cannabis stores and online at their website, verilife.com. If you place your order online, you can still use and redeem our discount code CHGO25 when you go in-store to pick up your order. Again, that's promo code CHGO25 to get 25% off one regular priced item. Restrictions apply. And again, that website is Verilife, VERILIFE.com.
Man, I'm so glad you're here.
I'm always glad you're here, Dave.
Yes, thank you. But now we get to talk comment.
I like how instead of accepting that compliment, you just took it as like, well, of course you do.
Yeah, come on now.
Yeah.
But we get to talk comment, man.
I love comment!
Let's go! Oh my God. Because Matt, ComEd can help businesses save money by becoming more energy efficient.
What?
Oh my God.
I didn't know that.
Well,
That's crazy.
It's true, man. The energy efficiency program can help you find up to 35% in energy savings.
35%? That's so many. Wow. Okay, hold on.
Go on and breathe. Take your time.
Okay, so what do businesses have to do to get that incredible savings?
Okay. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Just sign up for a free facility assessment at ComEd.com/BIZ.
Wait, are you serious?
That's it.
That's all you got to do is just. So why aren't more businesses taking advantage of this, Dave? I don't understand.
I don't know. Man, maybe they forgot the website or something like that.
They forgot the website. How did they?
It's ComEd.com/biz.
Yeah,
even
that's what
man.
goes.
Wait, say it again, Nico.
It's ComEd.com/biz.
Wait, you got the go fade up one more time. Go get the fade up.
ComEd.com/biz.
Even Go remembers the website.
Come on, guys. ComEd.com/biz.
God, he's angry. Terms and conditions apply. Offers are subject to change. Actual savings will vary by customer's energy usage and rate. The ComEd Energy Efficiency Program is funded in compliance with state law.
Woo!
Gio asking for a Johnny Furphy read.
Johnny Furphy!
The legend Johnny Furphy!
What does Katie have against Johnny Furphy?
She don't like fun.
She hates fun.
No.
You know what? She don't like fun.
You know
Well,
what?
I'm sorry, Kate. This is his fault. You know she hates fun.
You know
Why
what?
would you do her like this?
What?
You know Katie don't like fun things. Yes, why would you ask this stuff?
I love fun. You know what I don't love though? Is
Johnny
having,
Furphy?
You know what, Matt? Produce the show. I'm gonna leave.
Katie, no fun.
I don't love when one of my coworkers is sitting very close to my ear and spends the entirety of a Bulls game yelling, "Johnny Furphy."
You didn't like that?
Who doesn't like that?
Katie, I guess.
Katie, no
I
fun.
like Johnny Furphy.
Everybody likes Johnny Furphy.
Shut up, Will.
See what I mean? Katie, no fun.
You can just mute me for the rest of the show. I'd be fine with that.
Gio thinks that Katie needs a Johnny Furphy button. I agree.
I agree.
We need an audio drop that's just Dave going, Johnny Furphy!
Oh my God, not Johnny Furphy.
Hey.
Too much fun.
Yeah, please hit the like button. Do it for Katie because she's stuck here in Studio B with none of her proper buttons in Studio A.
And then with
listening to us joke around about Johnny Furphy.
Like it's her job.
On a night when the Bulls won by one, it probably shouldn't have.
Yes.
Speaking of which, before we get to Kobe, real quick, Brandon in the comments. Blessed are the anti-tankers. All these people want the Bulls to tank, but those same people don't want to see the young guys like Sanogo and EJ Liddell get minutes. Quick opinion, quick retort. That's because there's a difference between EJ Liddell, Adama Sanogo, and I don't know, a top 5 lottery pick. Those are different things. But yes,
how about an 11th pick?
Play Sanogo
Modest
and
played
Liddell
13
all the
minutes.
minutes. I have never said I'm against that. Bring him up, play him. Front office has got to make some trades before you can realistically do that without the league saying, hey, you're playing Adama Sanogo instead of a healthy Nikola Vucevic. WTF are you doing?
That's just how they'll say it, too.
WTF are you doing? Here's a fine. Would you like a fine? Here's a fine.
Oh, there you go. Here it is right there. You did wanted to speak on young Alec Jacoby White.
I would love to speak Alec Jacoby White. Okay. What did he finish? 5 of 17? 5 of 15?
5 of 15.
5 of 15. So the shooting slump, if you want to call it that, kind of continues tonight. Although he did, to his credit, make 3 of his 7 3-point attempts. Finished with a 19-point second team high behind Vooch. Did have 5 dimes, but 4 turnovers. Also committed 4 fouls. Again, and people were saying, hey, no Zach LaVine tonight. Maybe this is a big Coby White game. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't, but when we have seen Coby White have the performances we know he's capable of, You can't call 19 points on 5 of 15 a big Coby White night. You just can't.
I mean, if you compare it to the last few games he's played, it wasn't bad. I mean, he's been struggling here these last 5 games, and he did miss 2 in between. So prior to tonight, in his last 5 games, 14 points, 3.5 rebounds, 4.2 assists, shooting 33% from the field, 26% on threes. So he is in a bit of a shooting slump here. That's okay. That's happened with Coby before. Mm-hmm. My hope is that it doesn't have to do with the ankle sprain that held him out for those 2 games. That would be unfortunate and probably require him to take some more time to just fully get over that. But, he's been playing a lot. He played over 30 minutes tonight, so I can't imagine that that's really hampering him too much. But, yeah, I mean, this is the thing with Coby, like it always has been, that he gets into cold spells. And one of the things that we talked about even last year when he was playing as well as he was like, can you keep that consistent? And, like, even if the ceiling isn't quite as high, can you raise that floor up in terms of your shooting efficiency so that, you're not just like having these games where you kind of not bottom out, because he's not like playing terribly by any means, but can you get that field goal percentage to a point where it's like the lows are a little bit higher? And I think we're seeing that him struggle with that again. But again, Coby, his ability to impact the game, even when he's not making his shots, I think continues to be impressive. Still rebounding, still getting assists, still getting the ball up the court, still putting pressure on the rim. He's contributing to the style that the Bulls want to play, and the shots will come around. Like, they just will. I think that's kind of what we've learned about Coby. There's going to be some cold spells. There's going to be some hot stretches, but I think what you're hoping for is that he can get to a point of greater consistency, because that's where you get to a higher level as a player, when you're not having kind of like these down spells that depress your numbers.
Yeah. Hey, I see Mike Groom says Bears good. Katie, can you show Mike Groom how the Bears are doing? So I can just a solid photo could kind of capture.
We
exactly
do not.
what he's doing.
We do not have those media rights. I'm so sorry.
They are down 27-6 though.
Mike, the Bears.
Go look
stream,
at Caleb Williams, ladies and gentlemen.
The Bears stream is next door, but you could hang out with us until then if you want.
And Bears postgame hasn't started yet because unfortunately, for any Bears fans still watching, this one's not over yet.
Yeah, they just blocked the kick. I saw they blocked the Vikings.
The Vikings.
Punt. Yes.
The Bears blocked the Vikings.
Blocked it.
Oh,
yes.
I was assuming, because of course,
No.
that the Bears kicking special teams unit had some sort of kick blocked, because they're really good at that.
Yeah, it looks like they could not convert it though, and put it in the end zone. What I'm looking at, looks like yes, that is a touchdown. Shot out, touchdown. Well, the visions is
Caleb Williams passed to Keenan Allen, 16-yard touchdown.
That is correct. Shout out. All right.
Not dead yet. Down 27-12 with 5:19 to go.
Oh, I wish you guys could see. Go on your Twitters and your Blue Skies and see this photo of young Caleb leaning over like he has food poisoning.
Yeah.
Like, he is in trouble, dog. Like, it is tough. But to Coby.
Yeah.
yes, that will. Yes, that's exactly how you look. Yes.
Wait, sorry. Before your Coby thought, just because I saw it, James Knight must have just joined us recently, who said Peck will be upset about the Giddey injury, I'm sure. Saying that sarcastically, as if I recall, James Knight is a pro Giddey, someone who was giving me trash for my anti-Giddey. I just said, why? No, I'm not a monster. I'm not a monster. I hate that Josh Giddey got hurt tonight. Come on,
James.
Alex Coby White.
Alex Coby White, ladies and gentlemen. He's struggling. 14 points is not good. We'll let you know if he's struggling, gets to 26% from 3. More than anything. That lets you know that he's not right. I don't know if it's that sprain or not, Will, because honestly, it's always kind of around this time of year when Coby starts struggling. And he usually gets it together before All-Star break. And he starts, playing much better, starts shooting much better, doing things like that. But it is something to watch. It is definitely something to see, because there's, obviously more consistency with it now. Like you said, the last 5 games, correct? There's more consistency with it now, so it's definitely something to look at going forward. I'm just not to the point where I'm concerned about it yet, or I'm just completely worried about Coby. I'm going to need to see a couple more games of him playing like this, and then I'm going to be like, all right, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like it has to be that, because I feel like he's earned that just by how good he has been as far as shooting the basketball is concerned. Mm-hmm. But it's him not finishing at the rim that had me concerned as well. Like, he's still making those moves and those spins to get to the bucket, but he's not finishing, or he's kicking out of that. and trying to pass it back, and that never is a good thing at all. Sometimes he gets a little, it feels, I shouldn't say he gets lost, but I forget that he's out there sometimes on the floor. And that wasn't the case at all last year. I always knew he was out there because he was doing stuff impacting the game in some kind of way. I'm not questioning his effort. He always gives the maximum effort when he's out there. I'm not questioning his heart, his resiliency, anything like that. But this is just what it looks like when you're slumping. But I will say, yeah, I'm just not to the point where I'm super concerned about it, yes, but you got to acknowledge what it is. 26% in your last 5 games when you're known to be that guy who can shoot those threes. We'll call that a slump. I don't care what shooter you are. That is called a slump. And that's kind of what Coby White is in right now. But I just don't have that concern about it yet because I feel he's going to break out of that.
But I think, like, I don't want to sound too critical because, like, I've been super impressed with Coby. I think he's great. But I also think that, like, this is part of the reason why, like, the tanking conversation is happening. Because, like, the Bulls don't have a number 1 guy on a championship caliber team. And, like, as great as Coby is, and I'm not taking anything away from him, like, guys like that don't have these, like, extended slumps. Like, they just don't. And so I think Coby could easily be, you know, an important piece on a team that wins at a very high level. I'm really not trying to be critical of him or take anything away from him. Like, I have a ton of respect for the way that he's improved, the things that he does do really well, obviously the impact that he has on the Bulls' style of play and the success that they're having. I mean, they're playing too well right now. Like, that's partly because of him playing well. So, again, I'm not, like, trying to tear him down at all, but I think it just speaks to the fact that the Bulls still really need to find their number 1 franchise player, and they just got to do that through the draft at this point.
Yeah. Got to be through the draft.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of what we've always seen with Coby, as you were just laying out. Like, he's a player, he's a streaky player.
But he's a really good player. He's just not, like, a top 10 player.
Right. Yeah, he is a very good player. He's also a very good player who has these shooting slumps. It's always been the case. You know, Coby's been around the NBA and obviously all of that NBA career up to this point with the Chicago Bulls. He has these highs and lows, you know, these half-month-long or month-long shooting slumps. And every single time he pulls himself out of them. So, as you were saying, Dave, it's only a matter of time until
100%.
We see a streak of games where Coby freaking goes off.
Insane, yeah.
But because I think we were talking about it while we were sitting there watching, like, do you think that this, hypothetically, this being this little mini slump he's in, might impact teams that could be calling the Bulls about Coby?
Maybe. I mean, I think Coby's also, like, when you have a big jump the way that he did last year, I think teams are always going to be a little curious about, like, was that him playing above his head, or is that really who he is?
Right.
Especially when you have that jump in year 5, which is just a rare thing to do. I think Coby's done more than enough to prove that he is still, like, at that level. Whether or not, like, his game is 5 or 10% below or above the level that he was at last year, it's still within that same standard deviation where he is this kind of player. So I don't think teams would be like, no, Coby's no good anymore, I don't want him. Like, I just can't really see that being the case, especially when you factor in the contract. I mean, we talked about the Dennis Schroeder trade pregame here and how that trade was doable because, in large part, of Schroeder's contract size. Well, he makes $13 million, Coby makes $13 million. So that is a very tradable salary. Coby, I think, is a better player than Schroeder. So I think he would definitely be, and he's got another year at a very good number. So I think teams would definitely still be lining up if the Bulls made him available. But I think the question is just, like, would the Bulls really part ways with him, and what are the ramifications of that?
All right.
Real quick, just to give him a quick shout out, we didn't spend a lot of time tonight talking about Vooch, but he did have a team high 24 points on 10 of 17 and 2 of 4 from downtown. We've been talking about Vooch's shooting numbers through the first quarter, first third of the season.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous that he's shooting above 50% from the field,
Yeah.
not only above 40%, but like above 45% from 3. Well, he kept both of those shooting numbers intact tonight. 10 of 17,
He's an all-star,
2 of
man.
4. He's an all-star.
He's an all-star, y'all.
We spoke in pregame about what the latest has been with Vooch. Bulls looking for a first for him. Teams and certain anonymous executives around the league saying, you couldn't even get 2 seconds for him. So I'm sure we'll talk about that more as we move through the week. I'm sure we'll get Mark Stein's thoughts on that when he joins us on Wednesday. But before we get to a certain award, Big Dave, do you want to tell the people out there in Bulls Nation that they still for probably a short little while, have a chance to get in on the fun on Derrick Rose night.
Oh, Derrick Rose night! Get in on the fun, dang it!
Stop it, D Rose.
Do it, D Rose! Oh, dude. He's the man. Derrick Rose, y'all. We are about Derrick Rose here in Chicago. Even if people who aren't about the Chicago Bulls, they're about Derrick Rose. This is the night for everyone. Derrick Rose night. And why not do it in an awesome plush suite, hanging with the CHGO crew, ladies and gentlemen? Well, Dave, what's going to get? I mean, just the suite is just going to be y'all there. Ain't just going to be us up in that piece. No, other stuff going to be in there. Will Purdue going to be up in there. He going to be hanging out. He going to be chilling up in there. Katie going to be in there giving you high fives and everything, playing Royal Fanfare and giving you introductions. Hear ye, hear ye. Katie will be doing that. I don't know about the hear ye, but she'll play that. But yo, come through, come hang out. All you can eat, all you can drink.
Dessert cart.
Dessert cart on deck. It's going to be there for you at your neck. Respect. Anything else?
That rhymed.
Swag bags are going to be there. Mm-hmm. Of course, you're going to get that D Rose hoodie. That's going to be official. That thing is, ooh. I got my stuff today. My stuff came today.
My stuff came yesterday.
Yeah.
Looking good.
It's going to be right. It's going to be right. That's going to be in there, man, and that is going to be official. I can't wait to do this with y'all. I can't wait to see y'all. If you're a diehard, ladies and gentlemen, you will get a $100 discount just for being a diehard. You can sign up to be a diehard and get you $100 off of this. You'll still save some money, man. It's an incredible deal on an incredible night, January 4th. Come to the suite. Hang out with us. I can't wait to see y'all, man.
I don't know if you mentioned that. It's in a suite.
In a suite, Will. A lot of y'all might say, man, who I even talk to get a suite? Us. We your connects right up in here. We got your back, man. Come hang out in the suite. Plush, chill, drinks, food, desserts, Purdue, and love. All that on Derrick Rose night, January 4th. Come hang out with us, y'all.
It's going to be a fun time.
Slap him, Katie.
What?
I believe slap
You
him
guys,
means.
like, you can't just say words. You have to be specific.
Slap him clearly means cue up that goon of the night.
Thank you, man.
Oh my God.
Thank
Just
you.
roll with
You
it.
just got to learn Dave's shorthand.
Like, that's it.
Oh my God, look at this. We don't even have the goon thing on here.
Oh, give him the noise then, Katie. What do they say on the goon of the night? What does he say?
Ha ha ha, goon of the night.
You want to be the man.
To beat the man,
Oh,
you
I
got to
forgot
be
about
the
that.
man.
Close, but no.
To beat the man, you got to be the man. It's one of those
No,
two.
it was the first one.
To be the man, you got to beat the man.
Isn't that what I said?
That's what he
No,
said
you
first.
said beat first and then be.
Oh,
Switch
okay,
it.
okay.
Yeah. You switched it.
Ha
You
ha
flipped
ha ha, goon of the night.
it. Oh, you got it right twice. Shout out to Katie. Hey. Her nails are cool too, also. Goon of the night. Oh, the belt is out. That means good tidings and good times will happen. Get your votes in. Who do you think will win this belt? We're going to go to Katie first. Katie Cool Nails.
All right, listen, I think there's an obvious answer here.
Okay.
People in the comments are saying it. I'm going to echo them because I am the voice of the people. That's my new
Bless.
title. Thank you, Will. It's Joey.
Okay.
Joey, not just because he showed up here, but because he showed up here and literally pulled tears out of Matt Peck's eyes. That is
I wasn't crying.
I was crying. You were crying.
the only thing Matt ever shows us is like anger and indifference, and Joey got tears, so that is goon behavior.
It's the effect that Joey has on me is MJ clutching his first Larry O'Brien trophy.
It's true. That's someone who's seen Matt cry several times.
That's what our colleague Will Purdue says in The Last Dance. Is that up to that point, the only emotion we'd ever seen out of him was anger until we saw MJ clutching that
So
trophy.
win and clutch and cry. Yes, it happens. We'll go Gottlieb.
George and Lisa's son.
George and Lisa's son. 2 for young Joey's fast.
Son of George and Lisa. Wow, I love that.
Katie said everything I needed to say.
I don't need to cast my vote for Joey because people in the comments are giving Joey. Katie gives him love. Goat gives him love. Of course, Joey knows that I give him my love always. So, for all of you people out there who think I have some personal vendetta against Josh Giddey, I feel awful that he got hurt tonight. But by the way, he nearly had a triple-double in 24 minutes before getting hurt. 11, 9, and 8. He hit a 3 tonight.
A guilt goon.
He had 2 steals tonight. He had a block tonight. And he had a goonish play where he went hurling out of bounds off the baseline to save a loose ball that led to, I believe, a transition bucket for the Bulls the other direction.
He had a really nice block. I know you just said that, but it was
Yes.
like
That is.
that was
Giddey played defense tonight. He knocked down a 3 tonight, and he had a near triple-double in 24 minutes. That's goon shit.
That's
Josh
goon shit.
Giddey, this goon nomination is for you. All the Giddey freaks. Calm the F down.
it's a strong case, but I'm still going with George and Lisa's son.
Well, it is up to me, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? What do you say? Absolute power.
Unlimited power.
Unlimited power. All right. This is actually a tough one. Goon of the night goes to Joey Spathis. Ladies and gentlemen. Goon of the night for young Joey Spathis. This is for you. This honestly was going to go to Lonzo Ball. But I feel the arguments were valid. For one, Joey Spathis. Katie's argument, definitely valid. Don't be embarrassed by that.
I just wanted to shout out George and Lisa, so that's why I said that.
No, she's just embarrassed by it. She thought it was a sound effect and it came out.
I just picked one. I just picked one.
Just saying I'm on the money. Hey, yo!
She gets a thrill out of not knowing.
I don't need a sound effect. I'll make my own. Don't hate.
Fantastic.
Don't hate. But right here you go, ladies and gentlemen. Goon of the night. This goes to our guy, Joey Spathis. This is Joey's first of the year, Colin. Not his first ever. His first of the year.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain Joey has gotten
Oh,
himself
he's
a
won a
goon
couple. Yeah.
victory before.
He's definitely had a
James,
couple.
James is still not satisfied with your Giddey submission
Can't please everybody.
nomination. What is the word for that?
Thanks for hanging out, James. If you don't believe me, I don't care.
Thanks for hanging out, James. Even at night.
Even
Kieran Amagachi.
so, we were going through this earlier. Dalen Terry's still the only 2-time winner. Katie, is that correct?
That is correct. This season, Dalen is the only 2-time winner.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
We've had a lot of non-player winners, though. I know that's common. I've been told that's normal, but it does seem like a lot.
Certainly, we had plenty of non-player winners in previous seasons.
Got that right.
This season, I certainly have been leaning towards candidates and nominations in other areas.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
It will, it's your North Star. You know what I mean? It will show you where it needs to go. So if it needs to go to the people, it will say gooned up and going to the people.
Bring it back to you.
That's right. Give it to
The
People.
Yes. All the time. Every
Somebody
time.
I hope wins at least a couple more Goon of the Nights this season. Real quick before we get out of here. The Rook, Modest.
Yeah.
He finished with 7 points and 4 boards in limited minutes off the bench. What did he play? 13 minutes?
Yes,
I think
yes.
13 and a half.
Yes.
But again tonight, just liked his activity.
Yeah.
We mentioned earlier that gorgeous outlet pass that Lonzo had to him for that breakaway dunk. Lonzo doesn't make that pass unless Modest is heads up thinking like, hey, I got a chance to create a fast break opportunity here and break out. Strong. That crossover he had.
Ooh,
That take to
finish with the
take
late.
to the bucket and that nice
Nasty.
little finger roll finish.
Nasty.
Somebody mentioned it in the comments earlier. I meant to get back to it. It was gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And I think on a night like tonight when you got no Zach, you got no Dalen, Bulls fans were hoping for maybe a bit more significant of an allotment of minutes from Modest.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't in the cards from Billy. That bums me out.
He's got to play more.
He's
I'll say it.
He
He really has to. I mean, this is
Got to play more, man. I mean, look at that. Look at the numbers there. Like 6 points, 4 rebounds, an assist, a steal, 2. Oh, I'm sorry. That's Patrick Williams in 21 minutes. My bad. In 12 minutes. In 12 minutes, 7 points, 4 rebounds.
That was evil.
7 points, 4
diabolical.
rebounds, and an assist in 12 minutes is what Modest Buzelis put up. I'm saying they put up the same dang on numbers, and one dude played much more.
But they can play
Yeah.
together. Io doesn't need to be
Yes.
playing 40 minutes.
I agree. I want to see
Like,
Modest and Pat out there
they-
together. Put them out there on the floor together.
Or don't play Taylor Horton Tucker. Don't play Julian Phillips.
Cool.
We need to know what's going on with Modest.
Shout out to Julian though. I will give him because he played well.
He
tonight.
did.
He
But,
did play well. 10 points on 5 or 6
Julian
shooting,
was
4 or
active
5,
tonight.
4 or 5 shooting. He played really well.
That second of the 2 dunks he had in quick succession,
Yeah.
where he came just screen. It was sort of like on like a back screen.
Yeah.
And then like he was left alone making his cut down the middle of the paint, and whoo!
Yeah.
Good God.
It was amazing, man. It was amazing to watch. So yeah, man, like I would love to see Patrick and Modest play together. Before the season started, it was one of the things I wanted to see.
Yeah.
Was those two on the floor.
They should give it a try.
Especially because it allows them to just run that, even a small ball lineup or even a 3-4. Like whatever you want to do, their size allows you to have that kind of versatility on the floor. And why not?
I mean,
Like,
if
I
you just think about it this
not?
way, Vooch's contract runs out in 2 years. Kobe's in 2 years. Io's in 2 years. Giddey's after this year. Jalen Smith is in 3 years. Julian Phillips is in 2 more years. Lonzo Ball is after this year. Zach is in 3 years. Modest is the only one outside of Patrick Williams whose contract extends beyond 3 years. Ooh. He's the only person that's like actually a part of your future right now, guaranteed. You have to figure out what you have there.
Got to, man.
And like, what is this win doing you? Like, if it costs you tonight's win to get Modest an extra 7 to 10 minutes, like I'm more than okay with that. They need to play Modest more.
All right. Well, we can wrap up there. We've just hit the hour mark, and Bears Vikings just went final. So our CHGO Bears crew is going to be starting up their post-game show any minute now. Bears take the L 30-12, falling to 4-10 on the season. Vikes improved to 12-2. Our crew will be here for y'all on the other side of this wall, Studio A, to break it down live post-game. Make sure you hit the like button for us, and make sure you hit the like button for them when you get over there. We will be back tomorrow for a live pod, 5:30 Central Time. We got lots to talk about, including, I think, a full release of Goat Sit Down, breaking down X's and O's with big man Vooch.
The Vooch.
Yeah. We will be talking about that.
That's going to be cool.
And watching more of those little X and O sessions with Vooch and Goat tomorrow. Can't wait for that. Make sure you join us. In the meantime, Will Gottlieb, Big Dave's at Bow. BAWL Sports. Our queen of the controls is the one and only Katie Duffy. I'm Bulls_Peck. We are CHGO_Bulls. And we were blessed with the presence of young Spathis tonight. Ain't that something?
Ain't it something?
Bulls get the win over the Raps. They will go back to action on Thursday against the Celtics. But we will be here for you Tuesday and Wednesday until Thursday. Have a great night.
Help!
See you Red Week. Back at him.
We all silly like the mayor.